We have another Hermes unboxing here today. Nikki, did you run off to Paris again? How many times are you gonna go to Paris within the 6 months time range? No, I did not go to Paris, unfortunately. Mandy did though, so we still need to cover that. However, I did show up to the Hermes opening here in Nashville. Yes, I am 100% late on getting this filmed, but if you do follow a friend of mine, Victoria, Accounting for Luxury, if you haven't, go check out her videos. She was invited to the grand opening and all the festivities that went along with it and all of the great things she was able to pick up. I, unfortunately, along with Mandy, weren't invited because, we're too peasant. You know what? I would say we are very good Hermes customers in Europe, like in Paris. We're like C clients, let's just say. Whereas here in the United States at Hermes, we're nobody. So of course we didn't get invited to it. But of course, Mandy and I had to join in on all the fun when it comes to a store opening, since that's not something you encounter on a daily basis. So we did show up to opening day for the public here in Nashville. Let me tell you my experience at opening day and maybe a little bit of story time after that, and then what I picked up. So let's get right into it. So for the store opening, again, the festivities was the day, like on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I want to say, where they had a ton of people flying in from all over the world, apparently, and it was like a whole entire spectacle. It was like a crazy event. They had country stars show up. So I didn't, like, after knowing that, I was a little salty, but because I did have profiles I did spend here and there, having it shipped to my Nashville address. So I was a little salty at the beginning, but then once I found out from Victoria, the kind of superpower, or not superpower, star power, so to speak, with like all of the celebrities, country stars showing up, I think maybe NFL players as well. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize they were inviting a ton of people from around the world. Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna be invited because capacity is limited. I wasn't as salty after that. I then, of course, understand why I wouldn't have gotten an invite. But like I said, I showed up on Saturday and the store opening, according to Google, was 10 a.m. Mandy and I are crazy people. We had no idea. We've seen on Reddit or Perseform when there's an Hermes opening, like you got to show up 2-3 hours before opening because that's when you can score a bag, and they like to sell bags on opening day. Not the case at all, but I'll tell you why. We showed up, I want to say maybe an hour prior to opening. So we weren't like early like the crazy people out there that showed up 3 hours early in LA or something. I don't even know. We were first in line and nobody else was behind us. So we're like, oh, I guess we are insane and we shouldn't have shown up that early. But regardless, we had fun. We're standing outside in line. And because it is a big deal here in Nashville for an Hermes store to open, news reporters did show up. And slowly there were a couple of people trickling in behind us. And we did get our picture on the papers, or I guess digital papers, the Tennessean. So you see my back, but Mandy and I were in line and I did show up with my Birkin 25 invert mangrove. So I don't know if that did anything, but it was a perfect opportunity to wear my Birkin 25, debut it after I got it for my birthday in Paris. 10 or 11 rolls around, we went in, I immediately got paired. Mandy and I had a strategy, like, do we want the same SA or should we diversify and see who we can work with, right? So we ended up going with the strategy of let's diversify and let's not use the same SA. I got paired up with my SA, she got hers, and we've been working with our separate SAs ever since, even though they know we're friends and we usually come in together. Opening day was just insane. We were the first people, so of course we wanted to take a tour of the place, and it's beautiful. Is it the biggest location? No, but it was a decent size. And of course, on opening day, you would think after a soft opening for the bigger, clients, they had all of their kinks worked out, but no, nothing worked out. Alarm was going off. The jewelry cases were all locked. They couldn't get anything open. So, it's fine. Like, it was pretty entertaining and we're just there for the spectacle. But we ended up picking up a couple pieces because corporate from New York, from Florida, even from Paris, they were all there for the store opening. So I thought it was pretty cool to meet a couple of people. I didn't know which one were local essays versus corporate, but I ended up, having chit chats with all of them. So it was a fun experience. Did they offer bags? Let me just tell you flat out, the essays were just like, nope, we're not offering bags today. You feel free to, purchase anything else. I was like, yeah, I guess maybe they used to offer bags on opening day, or maybe they just ran out. I don't know. But they did not offer any bags, quota or non-quota, on opening day for the public. They did, however, say we would love to set an appointment with you. It's a little crazy. So if you want any other items that we can't get to today, to set up an appointment, and of course, we'll create your wish list, whether it's quota bags or non-quota bags. These are the 2 items I picked up that first opening day. Starting with this special edition. You may have seen this already. I don't know, but I knew this going in from Victoria that they were offering these special and limited editions, and there were only, I want to say 500 pieces. Oh my God. The opening was like back in October. So it's been a couple months. Things are slipping away. This teaches me not to wait so long to do the unboxing. But in any case, I was able to pick up the special edition where they made this especially for Nashville. So you see there are the 3, well, how many? There's 5. There's five guitars, and this is just a beautiful, I'm pretty sure this is cotton scarf. It's not, nope, it's cotton. But very delicate, beautiful design. And I don't think they're ever going to make a piece like this again. So it was nice. I mean, it wasn't cheap. If it wasn't a special edition, I probably would not have picked this up. Not here in the United States, at least, just because this is something that's pretty easily transportable from Europe, where it's significantly cheaper. But I thought it was really cool, a way to remember the store opening here in Nashville. And they had other pieces like watches, which I don't think anybody wanted to buy because honestly, they look a little janky. Hopefully I have a picture of that. Other special Nashville editions include a guitar bag charm, which I know Victoria did pick up, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that was the only 3 items I remember were special editions to Nashville. Now, the second item, as you could probably guess, is a jewelry piece. And I want to say I've been looking for this particular set of earrings. Yeah, I'm spoiling it for you. Everywhere. Nobody has them. And what's really interesting is that every single corporate person or SAs in general, whoever was working that day, I want to say at least 4 or 5 sales associates were wearing these earrings. So it's not just popular amongst the customers, but it was also very popular with the employees. This is my first pair of Hermes earrings, and they are, is it the Chandon or the Fandola? I think it's the Fandola drop earrings. So like I said, all of the employees at Hermes, a lot of them were wearing this particular pair. The fact that they had these available, I immediately was like, okay, I want these. I think they only had 1 pair left, maybe 2 pairs left. Mandy, no, this is the only pair left. Mandy did pick up a pair of earrings as well. Maybe we'll do an unboxing of what she picked up. I think she did pick up more items than I did on opening day. So I'm really excited to be adding these earrings to my forever growing Hermes Silver fine jewelry collection. You can see I'm a big fan. I've got this ring right here. I've got the necklace that the boyfriend got me. There's other pieces I have not in view. I got also the Fandola 160. So that's another piece. I'm trying to think what else I have. But I'm a big fan. If you haven't taken a look at Hermes jewelry, silver jewelry, honestly, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think it is superior compared to Tiffany. And that's what kind of Tiffany is known for. Maybe, to be fair, I don't own anything silver from Tiffany. So maybe that's not a fair assessment. However, every time I go into Tiffany to take a look at their silver jewelry, I just feel unsatisfied. It doesn't give me that joy or excitement to be wearing Tiffany's silver jewelry. However, when I look at Hermes, I feel like it's much more shinier. So enough of a rant there. Those are the earrings I picked up on opening day. I don't want to put these on right now because I feel like that could be a straight overkill of the same set, an entire uniform of the Fandola line. So we're going to cool it with that. The other piece I picked up, not on opening day, this is actually a recent pickup. This was all from October, November last year. This one I picked up recently because if you haven't noticed, so PSA here, before for fashion jewelry, they had necklace. It was like very slim in terms of their costume jewelry lineup. And it was mostly the click clack or just leather bracelets in general, but they're expanding their fashion jewelry, but it's not like the Chanel fashion jewelry where everything's like fake pearl, plastic pearl, brass, not even gold plated. Whereas Hermes, their costume jewelry or fashion jewelry is gold plated. So I feel like for Hermes to be charging the prices they are charging, yes, it's still a ridiculous amount, but it is pretty fair when it comes to Hermes and what you expect their pricing is to be outrageous, right? To me, Chanel costume jewelry is way more outrageous. At least they use 18K gold plated hardware, right? The ring I was able to pick up recently is the Jockette ring in gold, the 18 karat gold, and the leather trim in the middle is in the color gray. I'm looking at the leather. I don't think it says online, but I think it could be Epsom leather is what they use. I just love how I'm able to have a piece of gray, even though it's tiny, in my collection. I kind of want a gray color bag, but I'm also nervous at the same time to have such a light and delicate color in my collection because color transfer can be a real thing, right? It's cool to own something in gray, even though it's tiny. But if you look at this ring, I love how elegant it looks, even though it is a statement piece. You'll see the tiny design right here where it looks like the Cloud H, and I need to peel the stickers off. Oh, they have a tiny little sticker on that. Wow, I didn't even notice. And they do come in multiple different color variations, so maybe you'll be able to find one that you like. They come in silver and rose gold. Of course, the interior leather piece, there's like noir, there's also a blue color, I forget what the blue is, but it's really cool how they have this fun and playful statement piece for a relatively decent, if you want to think about that, price for Hermes. So I originally went into the store just to look at these in person, the new Jockette line for their fashion jewelry. I originally thought I would want the necklace, the Jockette necklace, and I was there with a friend, not Mandy, during that day, and I tried on the necklace. It is beautiful. I love the design of it, every little part of it, especially the different hooks at the bottom where they actually use a horseshoe statement. But when I tried it on, maybe I'll go back to it and try it on again, but when I tried it on, it just seems a little too much. And I feel like I'm more of a, like this to me is a statement piece. I'm more of a dainty, more elegant, small size kind of necklace person, not so much the statement piece. If it was me 10 years ago, I wore a lot of statement necklaces from like J. Crew and Zara, but those days are over. I like something smaller and daintier. They also have it in 2 different kinds of earrings and a ear cuff, and they're all beautiful. So definitely check that out if you are in store. And if you want something from Hermes and don't want to go into the fashion or fine jewelry route, this is a great piece to add to your collection. The last unboxing I want to share with you is not something I purchased. It was actually a gift from my SA for Lunar or Chinese New Year. My SA texted me saying, hey, are you around? Would you be able to stop by the store today? I have a gift for you for Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year. I'm just like, oh, I actually happen to be downtown. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me kind of just paraded around Hermes, took a couple of shots here and there. And everybody's like, ooh, what'd you buy at Hermes? Technically that day, nothing, because I just went to pick this up. And then I also was just like, you want to give me a gift? Like, am I an A client? Because usually these are reserved for like big spenders, right? Not that I haven't spent money. I do have other pieces I haven't shown you, but basically I didn't think I would get one. But then like logic tells me there's not a whole lot of Asian people or a population here in Nashville. I was like, wow, I guess maybe just something, I don't know. Maybe there's not enough Chinese people or Asian people that celebrate Lunar New Year here in Nashville. So that's why they're like, here, take one. He actually tried giving me 2 and I was just like, no, it's okay. One's enough. So yeah, that's my conclusion. And this is a pretty big box. Again, this is my first time receiving anything from any of these luxury stores, and it is the year of the horse. So it was really cool. It comes in a box of 10, and I did send 1 or 2 out already. But the way that this looks, you probably saw it in social media already, is this little red envelope. It's got Hermes on there. And I think they have gone all out because they're equestrian heritage, blah, 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 and it is the year of the horse. So in store, there was a lot of horse decorations, more so than normal. Not exactly sure how this works. I was trying to play around with it, but it's really pretty how there's like different cutouts, but you can see the horse right here. I am totally failing at this. I guess I'm a little confused, so I'll have to figure this out later. Maybe insert a couple of screenshots, but there's a little hole right here. Maybe you're supposed to see the pictures of the horse. But in any case, where you're supposed to put the cash is right here, and this is how you give it out. I know this is like a collectible piece, so I'm definitely keeping the ones that I didn't use in my collection. Maybe I should have read the instructions first. You are supposed to look at it through the hole. They even have a horse. To kind of wrap up my thoughts on the shopping I have done here in the United States, no, I did not get wrapped up in the store opening and the purchasing of items because everybody else is purchasing. I do have self-control. And you have heard me, if you've been with me for a while, how I prefer to shop in Europe just because Hermes is significantly priced better, or in other words, cheaper over in Europe. So I'd rather save up the money to go to Europe and shop there. However, these particular items, like the Nashville piece, I thought it was special, which is why I purchased it. And then these earrings, I have literally been looking for these everywhere. So when they come available, I'm gonna snap it up. Very similar to this ring I got in Canada. I didn't plan on building a relationship in Canada, but because this was so hard to find in my particular size, I just like, yep, take my money. I really wanted this piece. So I won't be purchasing left and right here in the United States just because I can't bring myself to do it. If there are pieces that I really want to add to my collection from home goods, I'm gonna do it here because there's just no way I can bring it back from Paris or Europe in general, just because they're bulky and massive, right? Which is why you see there are 2 more boxes I want to unbox with you next time. Yeah, there is no way I can get both of these items home from Europe. Make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss unboxing with these 2 items coming up. And of course, there is always a story time with these 2 pieces, so you don't want to miss that. I do have an entire playlist of Hermes unboxings and just other shenanigans if you want to go check that out after this. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.